Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again on our Facebook Live tutorial on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. So, if you're joining me live today, just say hi. I am going live on Instagram, also on YouTube, on LinkedIn, plus Facebook. So, let me know if you're here with me. Hey Stella, hi Victoria. Thank you for joining me. Hey Sean. So if you are with me on Facebook, let me know because I am not seeing any eyeballs and it's pretty unusual. So Sean, can you do me a favor? Can you go into Facebook to see whether are you able to see me live inside Facebook, and same thing for LinkedIn. It is very unusual that I am not seeing anybody on Facebook. Okay. All right. So thank you. Yes, it's a very nice weather today, and I decide to. Hey, Adelia. Good. At least I know that somebody is with me on Facebook as well. So for those of you who is watching me the very first time, hey Stella on Instagram, thank you for joining me. So for those of you who is joining me the very first time, you don't know who I am. My name is May Yo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality, an event planning company, and also the founder for Events for Anyone, where we provide a mentorship program called the Unstoppable Eventrepreneur to event planners to help you start and grow your event planning company into a multiple six-figure business. So, okay, so I am live as well inside Facebook. Okay, and I think it's just taking a while to shrink because I don't see many eyeballs. So, Adelia, I see Adelia is on Facebook, and then if you're joining me from YouTube and also from LinkedIn, just say hi as well so I can see your name. So slowly I see these eyeballs coming in. Okay, so today we want to talk a little bit about how should we be using our marketing dollars in 2022? What exactly, well, first and foremost, right? If you don't know what is marketing dollars, basically, as a business owner, right, when you're planning your finance, at the end of the year, probably the last quarter of the year, sometimes we do it in December, okay? We want to understand where we are spending the money for 2022 that is going to get us the highest return on investment. And one part of the finance is marketing. You should always set aside a marketing budget, right? You should always set aside a marketing budget on what you need in order to bring you more business. Okay. So if you haven't set aside a marketing budget, I would strongly suggest that you put aside a marketing budget. And a marketing budget on average is about it should, depending on business, it should about at least 20% of your total if let for your of your total revenue. Okay, at least 20%. So if let's say you at the end of the year you have made $50,000, 10 to 20% of that should be allocated for next year's marketing. Okay, but again, it all depends on where you are in your business. Okay, it depends on where you are in your business. So you need to have marketing budget, and also if you're just starting, then you're using your personal finance to finance your business. So you need to know how much money you need to put aside, right, in order to spend on marketing to grow your business. Okay, so don't feel that you're just starting and you don't have any money. So today I'm going to teach you whatever money you have, whatever budget you have, how you should be spending your money in order to get you the biggest return on investment for your marketing efforts. Okay, so if you are joining me on Facebook, just make sure that you click the link for StreamYard to publish your name so I can see your name, and please feel free to ask questions as well, as this is a two-way conversation. Okay, so now for marketing, okay, when you're planning your marketing plan and where to allocate the funds, it depends on what is your objective for your business. Okay, what is the objective you're trying to achieve? So for any business, regardless whether, and any stage of your business, okay, regardless whether you are just starting or you have already in business for a while, brand visibility or your presence, okay, your company presence, your presence is always something that you need to be doing all the time. So any activities that is going to let you have some form of an exposure of your brand, such as in-person events, trade shows, okay, any in-person, any opportunity that allows you to talk about your brand, to showcase your brand, trade shows, networking events. These two, it's in person, okay. What about not in-person events? Okay, that means you have your in-person presence and you also have your digital presence. So there's also your digital presence, which is like your website. Okay, so if you are thinking of outreach, okay, outreach to people so that people can find you, then you should be spending your marketing dollars on attending trade shows where you can have a mass recruitment of leads, and also networking events that sometimes you may have to pay to attend networking events like BNI. You will have to pay, or the Chamber of Commerce where you have the networking events. So you may want to put aside some money. So where you will be talking to people who are your ideal clients in the same room. Okay. So those are in person. So digital presence, okay, your SEO. Okay. You should be thinking about, if you are not getting any hit or people can't find you online because you don't know how to put in the right keywords, you don't know how to do SEO for your website, then you should be thinking about hiring an SEO expert or somebody who is able to put in the right keywords for you, so that when people Google event planners in North Carolina, your name comes out, okay? Or event planners in New York, your name comes out. So you want to be able to be found, okay, on the digital platform as well. So think about that. So you need to put aside some money for your trade shows and also your in-person networking events, and also for the digital presence, which is SEO. Okay. Another thing that you need to think about is you constantly should be updating the looks of your website at least every 6 months. Okay, you add new photos, your portfolio, your event portfolio. You want to be able to also have a style shoots. Okay, if you're going to plan to do style shoots, you should be thinking about doing it at least once or twice a year. So you need to set aside some money. A lot of times my style shoots are collaborations with my vendors, so I don't really have to spend money. But sometimes I do put aside some budget for that, because some vendors simply is a hard cost for them, like labor is a hard cost. So I will help to subsidize by paying for their materials or for their labor in order to have the style shoot happen. So in order to have fresh looks for my website or fresh look for my portfolio. So, and hiring a photo, like sometimes when I do an event and I know that this event is going to be a kick-ass event, I hire a photographer and a videographer to take content so that I can repurpose for my website and also for my social media. So these are the money to think about as well. So to put aside. Now, if you are thinking about getting more leads, right? There's, like my friend Kate Story said, from she's from the company is Book More Bright. So she said that there is a slow way of getting leads and the fast way of getting leads. The slow way of getting leads is organic marketing, right? So you market yourself in these in-person events and also on your digital prep, on your social media, that you don't have to spend money. And there's a quick way of marketing, which is a quick way of getting leads, which is paying for leads. There's Facebook ads. That is spending money on SEO so people can find you. So let's talk about spending money on paying ads, okay? Paying for ads. So if you decide to spend money to get leads, so there are different platforms. That is, if you are in the wedding business, there is Wedding Wire and The Knot. And there is also Thumbtack, Bark. There's several platforms that you can actually pay to get leads, right? And Facebook ads, of course, right? Google ads, Facebook ads, Pinterest ads. So now, when you are thinking about where should you be spending your money for paid leads, okay? For paid leads, you want to evaluate a few things, especially if you have already done that before in the past, where you have spent money for either visibility or leads. So what I do is I will look at, okay, so I look at history. Okay, so if in the past I have invested money on trade shows, I have invested money in networking events, I have invested money on paying for ads. Okay, I have invested money for ads and also thumbtack, wedding wire, the knot, for instance. Okay, assuming that I've done all that, and also entertaining my clients or entertaining my vendors and my hotel partners. So there's so many ways that you can be spending your marketing dollars. So I'm going to break it down one more time. So attending networking events sometimes is paid, okay, that you have to pay to attend the networking events, like the Chamber of Commerce, BNI, okay, and certain networking events that you also have to pay as well. And then, or you attend trade shows, right? So at least four times a year. So trade shows is also money. So both areas will be able to get leads, and SEO, okay, for your website so that people can find you. Paid ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, Pinterest ads, all right, Facebook ads, okay, or thumbtack, bark, wedding wire, and the knot, or visiting your vendors and your venues where you will be taking them out for lunch, for breakfast, buying them treats. Okay, all these marketing efforts, right? So if you're watching me, write in the chat, how many of these are you currently doing? Okay, how many of these are you currently doing, or for the year 2021? So don't tell me it's COVID, you can't go out, because that's not true, because we actually do have in-person events, and I have actually done quite a few site inspections, visiting my clients and my vendors. How many of you have actually utilized any of these marketing efforts in 2021? Okay, so there's several ways to market yourself. Now, then what happens, right? So what I will do, okay, which I have already done, so I already know where I'm going to spend my money for 2022, is you look at where you have spent your money so far in any of these methods. And then you have to look at how many leads did you actually get? Okay, how many leads do you actually get from any? Okay, so somebody wrote, it's Facebook user, I can't really see your name. So I don't know whether are you the one from St. Louis, because I can't see your name. So Stella also said that, and this Facebook user said that, okay, you use wedding wire and the knot, and Stella said that you have utilized some of these methods that I mentioned. So you have to look at, okay, so I spend money on all these different ways to market myself, try to get business. You have to look at, okay, where all my leads are coming from. Where are all my leads coming from so far? You have to look at where the leads came from. And then you have to trace back. Did this lead come from this platform, this marketing effort, that marketing effort? Where did they come from? Okay, all right. So once you understand, okay, where the lead comes from, and then you have to trace back. Okay, I'm going to give you one example. If you get a lot of leads from wedding wire and the knot, okay, fantastic. Or if you get a lot of leads from Facebook ads, fantastic. If you get a lot of leads from visiting your vendors who refer you the business, even better. Okay, so where you're going to spend your money is not where you're going to get the most leads, okay? You have to be very careful about this. A lot of times we think that, oh, I spend a lot, I get a lot of leads on wedding wire and the knot. Fantastic, okay? But once you identify where your leads are coming from, the next thing you have to identify is, what is the return on investment from all these leads? If you manage to close them, congratulations, okay? But you have to look at how much money did you actually make from these leads, from this platform, all right? So if we're talking about the return on investment, that is, we're also talking about the quality of the leads, okay? The quality of the leads. I will tell you that all my leads for my event planning company, 100% comes from referral, and they all came from referral from my vendors and also my venue partners. Okay, so where do I spend my money? And the return on investment on those leads are great. How do I calculate that? For instance, if I have to go and if let's say I take a vendor out for lunch, okay, I take a vendor out for lunch and I spend $25. The lunch treating my vendor. And then I get one lead from that vendor and I close that lead. And out of that lead, I made $1,500. Okay, out of the event, I made $1,500, $2,500, $10,000. One, I give you another example. This one is a really good one. So I have a referral that came to me. A friend of mine knows somebody who wants to do events. So she referred me to this potential lead and I took them out for dinner. Okay. And she brought on her team members and she wants to plan a big event. So that dinner, I paid $1,270 for that dinner. But that client, okay, turned out to be a $25,000 client for me. Do you see where is that return on investment? Huge return on investment, okay? Huge, 10 times, or actually 20 times on return on investment. So where should I be spending my money? I should be spending my money on building that type of relationship, the people who's able to feed me good leads. So if you get a lot of leads from Wedding Wire and The Knot, but you can't close them or the quality of the lead is not there, okay? Because they are either price shopping and you don't get to be able to charge whatever you want to charge, then you are just, that may not be the right platform for you to spend the money, okay? But if you have spent the money on a trade show that costs you $1,000, but you know all your ideal clients are there, okay? All the ideal clients are there, okay? And the trade show is $1,000 because it's at a high-end venue. That means the people who's going to go to visit that trade show will know that they will be, they have that certain budget. So if you spend $1,000 at a trade show and you get leads and you're able to get someone, one person, just one person to book an event with you and she pays you $10,000 for wedding planning or $5,000 for wedding planning, you just return, your ROI is $4,000. So you need to think about, you don't just spend the money on where the platform that gives you the most leads. You need to be spending the money that is able to get you the best leads, okay? The best leads, not the most leads. So that is, we're talking about leads conversion, right? So you were saying that, oh, but what if it's I don't know how to convert, it's not the platform. At the end of the day, it's a combination of both, okay? It's a combination of both. If you don't know how to convert and you spend $1,000 at the trade show and you do have great leads coming in, but you don't know how to close, and the leads is not like price shopping, it's just that they don't feel that you're a good fit, then this is something that you need to work on. This is something that we teach inside our mentorship program on how to market yourself so that your brand image aligns with the price that you want to charge. But today we're talking about marketing, like where should you be spending the market? But in conjunction, when you're spending money for getting the leads, right, you should also be spending money on visibility. Sometimes the visibility is more important than anything else, because if they can't find you, okay, they can't find you, they can't pay you, right? So if you're struggling with creating content, okay, creating a good website, you don't know what to write on your social media, you don't know what to write for your website, then you should really be thinking about hiring somebody, a content strategist, which we also provide that kind of information, that kind of teaching inside our mentorship program, a content strategist and SEO strategist inside our mentorship program. You join our program, that's what we teach you, okay? Because marketing is so important. If you don't know how to market, you don't know how to sell, you don't have a business, even though you can be the best event designer or event planner. That's just the way it is. So what happens is, you need to be spending that money. You need to put aside that money, your marketing funds, to hire a social media manager, to hire a content strategist in order to beef up your social media presence, your digital presence. Okay? So you want to be able to constantly market yourself. When you are marketing yourself at the same time as you are trying to get leads, they work in tandem. It's not one or the other. You have to constantly market yourself. That's why I spend so much time and I dedicate today that I should be off, the week of Christmas. But But I want you all to start thinking about this, sink into your head, okay? You need to sink into your head that you can be the best planner, but if nobody knows you, they can't pay you, okay? I have a question that comes out and asks, okay, I'm thinking of spending money to learn how to do event design, to learn how to do pipe and drapes, to learn how to do balloon installation, to learn how to, how to do a tablescape. Is that necessary for your business? If you are event planner, no. You just have to find the best decorator. I'm not even going to call them as event designer, okay? Because you're basically decorating. If you want to become an event decorator, okay, if you want to become an event decorator and you physically will be the person who's decorating, all right, you are the person who's going to be decorating, then I would say that go spend that money and learn from somebody who is going to teach you how to do installation, how to put together a pipe and drape, how to put together a floral centerpiece. Okay, but if you are an event planner and you are thinking of, oh, I need to learn how to do a pipe and drape, I need to learn how to do a balloon installation, I need to learn how to do a floral centerpiece, I need to learn how to set up a table, then don't waste your money. Okay, remember, you are a planner, you're not a decorator. Okay, if you say that I feel more confident if I know how to do it myself, if it helps you with your confidence level, go for it. But if you're going to grow your business, okay, thinking that you're going to do everything yourself, that means you are going to be there decorating, you just got yourself a job. You just bought yourself a job. You got yourself a golden handcuff. That means you cannot scale your business. There's nothing wrong with that if that is your passion, that you want to physically do it, and you don't want to have vendors or event decorators who know how to do that. Okay, your job is to make sure, that you are constantly marketing yourself and booking business so that you can have 5 events a day. That's how you can scale your business. And how do we go about getting all these leads? Got to know where to spend your money on your marketing. Okay, instead of you learning how to do all these things yourself, you can learn it. I have nothing against that. I always say that learning is great for your business, but you have to understand, what are you learning? How is the direct ROI for you? If your direct ROI for you is to make you feel better, that you know to physically how to do that, then go for it. But I didn't do that for my business. I just make sure that I know what is the trend. I surround myself with the vendors who know what is the trend, and they tell me, say, oh, the trend is this. I say, perfect. If this aligns with my brand, I will go sell it, and then I'll hire these vendors to go do it. So in summary, when you are spending your marketing dollars, okay, you want to always be spending money on brand visibility. That means you need to be able to market yourself either in person, trade shows, networking events, style shoots, that is able to let people know how you work and what you do. Okay, digital platform, social media. Get a very, very good social media manager. If this is not your zone of genius and you don't like doing that, get a social media manager to write your content, to post for you, but you need to engage in it yourself, because posting is not going to just do it. You need to be able to engage with them as well. Okay, you need to turn posting into paying clients, likes into paying clients, then hire an SEO strategist, hire a content strategist to write your website. Okay, and if you're going to pay for leads, you need to evaluate the platform. What kind of leads do you get from this platform? Okay, I have a client who was in a mentorship program for 1 year. She uses Thumbtack. Okay, her strategy is Thumbtack. She made over $40,000 by just doing Thumbtacks. Okay, that's where she put all her marketing dollars on Thumbtack. She has a strategy for that, and she taught inside our program how to use Thumbtack to make that much money. So you have to really evaluate, go back and look at where your leads have been coming from. If they have been coming from referrals or a particular venue, okay? If they have been coming from a particular venue, the wind just blew off my camera. So if you get a lot of referrals from a venue or a vendor, What does it tell you? You need to make sure that you continue to cultivate that relationship. And how do you do that? You make sure that you put aside your marketing budget to entertain them. Make sure that you take them out, treat them to a nice meal, okay? Buy things for them so that you're always at the forefront of their mind. Put aside marketing budget on every 6 weeks. You need to visit your preferred vendors or your venues so that you are at the forefront of their mind. So this is how you should be thinking where to spend the money, okay? Learning, okay, like you see, Stella put, you say the content strategist Elizabeth Ruth is one of our coaches inside our mentorship program. She is teaching our members, right, how to write content. She is so good, and she has helped a lot of our members write beautiful content for their website. This is where you should be spending your money as well. So go back and look at where do you want to be in 2022, right? Where do you want to be? Are you going through a brand evolution? Are you just starting your business? What is the most important thing to do? If you're going through a brand evolution, it's time to revisit your website. It's time to rewrite certain content. It's time to put out certain new photos. So put aside money for photography, brand shoot, take pictures of yourself, take pictures of videos of your events. All right. If you're just starting out, you need to really focus on your social media presence, your in-person presence. That's where your money should go. If you're already at the level that you want to get leads, getting leads to come in for paid leads, right? Then you need to put aside money for that. Always remember, choose a platform that gives you the best quality leads, not the platform that gives you the most leads. Because if those leads are poo-poo leads, then don't spend money over there. Okay? So I hope this is a great session for you, give you some insight on how you should be spending your money. And next year, 2022, this is your year to soar. I'm so happy for you if this is a year for you to want to start your own event planning company, or you want to elevate yourself. You're stuck at a certain income level. Our enrollment will be open in January. So if you want to join our mentorship program, just DM me, DM your concierge. Let's hop on a call, see whether our mentorship program is a good fit for you, and vice versa. And see how we can help you to get from where you are now to where you want to be. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I wish you a great Wednesday. And also, for those of you who are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. And I will see you next Wednesday. Yes, I will do a session next Wednesday as well to close out the year. Thank you, everybody.